with your mind. Do you know what you will find? Open your mind. Even the words, they fail me. Look what it's doing to me. I never say what I want to say. It's only a word, believe me. If only the world could see me. I promise to send the world away. And if you look with your mind, do you know what you will find? Open your mind. A melody always finds me whenever the thoughts remind me, like breaking a chain inside my head. The melody chord unwinds me, the rhythm of life unties me, brushing the hand and time away. And if you look with your mind, do you know what you will find? Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. The king has lost his way, he's lost his mind, he's lost his face. And they say I'm to blame, but he's no business here anyway. One man's rights, it's a sovereign's demise. The majority don't know me, but I don't give a E-N-E-M-Y. I caught you by E-N-E-M-Y. I caught you by surprise. And the king has lost his way, he's had his time, he's had his day. And this kingdom is crashing down to the ground where I was found, raised with the peasants, but now I reign majestic. People, take a look, I'm your new royal jerk. E-N-E-M-Y. I caught you by E-N-E-M-Y. I caught you by surprise. The king has lost his way, he's lost his mind, he's lost his face. And they say I'm to blame, but he's no business here anyway. I will do what I please, you salute me from your knees. People raise a
Excellent. So Moon Kids, huh? That's a pretty cool name.
Thank you.
How did you guys come up with it?
When we were looking for a name, we struggled for a long time, and at the time we were just sort of watching that film, remember The Warriors?
Yeah.
The 70s film, and we just thought it'd be cool to get a name that fitted, you know, if we made up our gang in that film, what would it be?
Yeah.
And it was the Moon Kids that we came up with, so
Alright.
nothing that exciting, but you know, once you've got your name, you're kind of stuck with it.
It's really hard to come up with names. Like normally for bands or for artists, many people use like name generators and stuff. Like like Childish Gambino, for example, is one of them. And,
Yeah.
So it's like I think you guys actually nailed it with it. So,
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, really cool. You guys started as a college band, was it?
No, Scott, our bass player, went to college, so he studied music. None of the rest of us did.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, like none of us are like properly trained musicians or anything like that. It's just, you know, just kind of picked it up through listening to records and learning on our own.
Yeah, I would say like most bands in general like kind of start off like that. Anyway.
Yeah, like, can you read music?
A little bit. I can work it out, but I'm not Mozart.
Yeah, I can't read music or anything like that. I just know the chords and know the riffs and stuff and kind of take it from there.
Yeah.
You hear better in a way.
Yeah, like when we first started learning, and I wasn't one of those kind of guys that would learn other people's music.
Right.
You know, for me it was always, as soon as I knew a couple of chords, I was writing songs. Do you know what I mean? It was more the creative aspect of it that kind of caught my heart.
Yeah, I mean I totally get that. It's a lot more organic. It's a lot more natural when you're not, you know, bound to the rules of music and to how to go about writing songs, right?
This in the rehearsal room. There's always like, whenever we argue, it's always because it's like, it doesn't make sense musically. It's not right. There's rules, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, no, man. There's not rules. That's the whole point. That's why you get in a band in the first place.
Oh, nice. And how about do you guys go to compose songs in general?
Usually, so most of the time, like I would write the song, bring it in, and then as a team we would kind of like, what about this bit here, or you know, build it up, start creating the parts. Recently, it's been more like groove orientated, so you know, it might start with a drum beat, and then from there I'll take it and make the melodies and the structure. You know what I mean? So now we work on it more in a rehearsal room than ever before. It used to be, you know, I would write them at home and then come in and bring them to the band.
Right. Okay. So it's more like again, it's going back to like the organic way of composing music, basically.
Yeah.
It's like you guys start jamming and you hear something you like, and then
we'll maybe have a rough idea, like play a drum beat like Happy Mondays or something. You know, whatever band you're listening to at that period, this kind of beat, and then, you know, use your influences without ripping people off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You create from what excites you.
No, that's really cool. That's nice. You play the guitar, right?
Guitar, yeah.
I saw you have like an interesting piece of gear.
Oh, thanks very much.
What would you consider to be your favorite?
My favourite, I think, it's the piece of gear you're talking about. It's the Boss ES8 looper. So rather, I'm really bad for tap dancing about a pedal board. So when you're turning on like 5 pedals on and 4 pedals off, it's a lot to do on the beat.
Yeah.
So you push one button and it does it for you.
Oh wow.
It's a lifesaver.
Yeah. It saves up the whole time of
totally. You can worry about what you're actually playing as opposed to what you do with your feet.
Right. So
I thought the tap dancing was part of your stage persona.
That's my dancing, man.
You gotta have that presence on stage, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's cool. All right. And what about you? Do you have any favorite piece of gear, or do you just?
Well, because I write on an acoustic, mostly, you know, it's always acoustic guitars. I don't own an electric guitar anymore. I used to play electric in the band, but I just feel more confident on stage, just performing and singing, as opposed to like kind of hiding behind a guitar.
Absolutely.
But like it's a Gibson acoustic I play, and like I love it. You know, it just sounds superb.
Yeah. It sounds really nice and
I like, if in terms of like electric guitars and stuff like that, it's usually Fender gear that I go for. Like, was it a Fender? Was it Fender?
Yeah.
And then the amps as well, like Fender amps always sound superb.
Nice. Yeah. All right. That's really cool. And in terms of like music, not your own music, but other people's music, like what kind of like, do you have like an all favorite band or an all favorite song, or is that cyclical, or how does that work for you?
I think each member of the band has really different tastes. You know, we're always like, nah, that's a crap song or whatever. You know what I mean? We've always got different ideas of what we think is good. But Connor, when I first met him, could play all the Smith songs on the guitar. So it's like, anybody that can play all the Smith songs can be in a band with me. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I actually heard you playing.
We all play the strumming man, yeah.
Because
Nice, man.
yeah, Johnny Marr's one of the greatest guitarists. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like me and Connor particularly like sort of like indie bands, indie guitar bands from like Smiths, Stone Roses, all that kind of thing. The other two guys in the band, like Scott, the bass player, prefers more sort of funk-based stuff, and then Michael, he's more of a rocker.
More of a
Yeah,
rock.
he likes those power chords.
Yeah. And what about you? Like, what's
Like
what
Dave says,
influences you?
80s music, like 80s indie bands, the Smiths, even later on the Laz.
Yeah.
Roses.
Oh yeah, the Laz, like we played the Laz song today, but we love like songs with good hooks and melodies, you know what I mean? And that's what they're famous for, so that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We like a song to sound like a song, not to be too experimental when it's just like, I can't hear a hook or a melody.
Absolutely.
I think it should always catch your ear and draw you in.
It's a satisfying reverb, it's got a structure.
Yeah, of course. That's cool. And when it comes down to like each member of the band having like different tastes and different type of styles that they listen to or genres of music, do you think that's something that actually benefits you guys as a whole?
Yeah, for sure, definitely, because it just means you're not one-dimensional. You know, you've got other avenues, they might bring in a bass line or a drum beat that I wouldn't normally go to.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it might not work for me, but other times, oh, never would have thought of that. Perfect, you know.
Yeah.
It's good. The more eclectic any musician's taste is, the better. There's no point in sort of being narrow-minded with it, you know.
Absolutely. Especially because music tends to not have any bounds or limits, or
Yeah.
isn't it? It's like a universal
Exactly.
type of language, right?
And a lot of cool bands as well. It's when all these different styles merge together that you can come up with something fresh.
Yeah. That's awesome. And tell me about like your gigs, and have you guys been on tour as well, or?
We were in America earlier on in the year, so that was our first time playing over in the States. Played some shows, and that was probably to date that's one of the most exciting experiences we've had. You know,
That's really cool.
we played a sold out show in Hollywood. That was Scott, the bass player. That was his first gig with the band.
Really?
Yeah. That was his first show, man.
Sold out show in Hollywood.
His first gig
All
was
the
Yeah, yeah.
stars in the crowd, that was his first performance. Yeah.
Wow. How did that go?
Oh, it was
Superb.
incredible, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Really cool. It was good. It's just, I don't know, obviously like a Scottish band playing in Scotland all the time, you know, you're just a Scottish band.
Yeah.
But you take a Scottish band to America and they hear those accents, you know, it's
You were the exotic ones, basically.
yeah, for a change, yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool, man. It was nice. People really took to us as well, and we got great response and got some interest from it and so on, so really cool.
That's really nice. And how do you feel was the experience of being on the road, but like not just being on the road and touring around Scotland, but around the world, right? I mean, actually getting on airplanes with the band and the gear. And
That's like part of the reason you get into it in the first place. You know, it's exciting, it's fun,
it's cool about all the time to do what you love.
yeah.
and you do get more of a bond with the band in general. You know, because you are living together and all that sort of stuff. So it becomes a real sort of like a real cool team vibe.
Yeah, of course. And it's fun as well, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah.
you guys just...
As long as you don't drink too much and get some sleep,
I know, imagine that, eh?
Imagine that.
it can get pretty hard going.
Of course, you guys would never do that, right?
Yeah.
What's that? No, I'm the only member of the band that drinks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. It's a whole new world for rock
It's like
stars
that.
nowadays,
Get
isn't
rid
it?
of alcoholism.
Yeah. That's super cool. And what would you say would be like the best experience, like the best gig that you guys have had?
I would say that one.
Yeah.
I would go back to that because we didn't know what to expect. You know, we got there, we didn't get a sound check, so instantly, you know, we'd had no sleep. I was a bit hungover. We weren't using our own gear.
Yeah.
Wow.
No idea what it was going to sound like, and we got there and it was just jam packed. You know, the
Wow.
place was packed out, and we're like, "Whoa, this is going to be good." So we got on as soon as like the first chord hit, and it sounded good. It was just like, just a real buzz. And then
Totally.
afterwards, you know, we met some really cool people.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, we've had loads of great gigs. We've not had many bad ones, to be honest.
Do you remember any bad gigs?
Yeah, I do.
Don't tell you about them though.
Nah, the worst one was a support slot we had with someone, and nobody came for the headliner. So we played in front of a couple of our mates, and
Yeah.
that headliner
Sound engineer and the promoter, and that was it.
on a
Oh, wow.
freezing cold grey night in
It
Glasgow.
was like the Thursday before Christmas, and Christmas was on the Sunday.
Oh,
So
wow.
everybody was skin like
Of
nobody was
course,
out,
yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, after playing one tune, I was like, should we just get off? Should we just get off stage? No, I can't do that, stay on. So it was just like, You know, it's such an anticlimax.
Yeah, totally.
And what about the main, like the headliners? What did they say? Did they at least show some?
We were the
some
only-
appreciation?
Well, he played to us.
Yeah, he played to us.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was a bit of a sad scenario, but all bands go through it. Like even bands that are on like major labels and stuff, when they do their first tours, they're playing in Shrewsbury on a cold Wednesday night and nobody's there. It's part of the game.
Yeah. So you guys are pretty much on a come up. You saw that you guys have like several singles out as well, and is that kind of the approach that you guys are taking when it comes down to releasing music? Is it
Releasing
more
singles.
releasing singles?
We will release an album at some point, but at the moment, you know, it just works. It's like put singles out until you feel you're ready to put it. We've got the songs there,
Yeah.
but when we feel the time is right for an album, when the audience is big enough, then we'll put an album out. It's nice just to sort of tease people track after track. Nowadays with Spotify and so on, it's like people are just listening to singles. People aren't as like passionate about albums, full pieces of work as they used to be.
100%, 100%. Plus, like, you don't want to subject people to having to buy a whole album just to listen to like one or two songs that they actually really, really love.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, that's awesome. And how did the recording process go for you guys? Like you record at home? Do you go
No,
to the studio?
various different studios. So we used to, back in the day when we first started, we recorded with a guy called Michael Brennan Jr. So he's from where we're from. He's recorded bands like Snow Patrol and Primal Scream and all that sort of stuff. So he kind of, when we first started, he was kind of a mentor to us.
Yeah.
So he was like, you guys need to get in the studio, you sound great, you know. So worked with him in the early days, and then he goes off on tour and stuff.
Yeah.
So when he's on tour, obviously, so we've worked with a guy called Mark Morrow in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Most recently, who we recorded with?
Liam.
Yeah.
Maniacs.
What's Stephen's surname again?
Stephen. Oh.
The Mac Arts Centre, we
Yeah,
recorded there
right,
with a
yeah.
really cool producer. His name online is Saw.
Yeah, that's why we can't
But-
remember his surname.
Right,
yeah.
of course.
He's just got a real wacky way of working, but it really suits us because it's just that he's so passionate about what he does.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes the most important thing. The person could be the most experienced producer in the world, but if he's not passionate on the project, you're wasting your time. You need someone who's on the same page as you, knows where you're wanting to go, and who's digging what you do. If you've got that, you're halfway there already.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in terms of like, I mean, you guys have been together since 2014, was it?
Yeah.
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 It's been a long couple of years. What would you say is the best advice that you guys have been given
For bands,
for the band, as a band? Yeah.
as a band,
I mean, as a band, but also like in a personal.
for me, it's just keep going.
Work hard, don't give up. Yeah.
Just keep going, just keep doing it, you know, because you never know when that next opportunity is just round the corner. We've had periods where we've been quiet and we thought, you know, it's maybe just not going to happen for us, and then we get invited out to America, or you know, there's opportunities out there, and you just got to work hard and enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, then there's no point. Just get your head down and go for it.
Yeah. And is that how you guys went about like to get the deal to go to America? Was it just was it a matter of
What happened was getting a lot of radio play in Los Angeles. A guy called Rodney Bingenheimer, who's like a famous DJ over there. He played us all the time. He was a guy that sort of discovered Blondie, the Ramones, first guy to play Oasis in the States and so on. So he's a big fan of ours now. So through that, someone heard us on radio who, you know, owned a big talent agency and so on. So they sent, it was a tweet.
Yeah.
So I got the tweet, and then he was going to be in Liverpool, so I went and introduced myself to him, and then from there it just kind of grew the relationship.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's the thing about success, isn't it? It's a little bit. I mean, it's the biggest part is like hard work, but then it's just having the right person listen to the right, you know, song
Right
or
time sort of thing, yeah,
exactly.
totally.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure listening to your songs. I really dig it. I can see that you guys are gonna totally be just on an up and rising, and hopefully you'll be able to not just tour America but the rest of the world, right? I mean, I'm
That's
sure
the plan.
That's the plan, man.
Yeah, right. Sweet, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Cheers.
very much.
Absolutely,
Thanks for having
it's a
us.
pleasure. Cheers.
Thank you.
Good luck,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.